fire right now. That's why fighting back against internet censorship will be a key theme this year. And the convention will enthusiastically welcome a man who's seen as a big ally in that battle, and that's Vice President Mike Pence, who will be addressing the gathering this afternoon. Correspondent Greg Clugston is in Charlotte, North Carolina, where he tells us the Reverend Billy Graham's family is overwhelmed by the outpouring of support since the cherished preacher died last week at the age of 99.
Franklin Graham says the public's response to his father's life and ministry has been remarkable, starting with Saturday's motorcade procession carrying Billy Graham's casket across North Carolina.
Every overpass, every interchange, hundreds, in some places thousands of people.
And the younger Graham called it a great honor for former President George W. and Laura Bush to visit the Billy Graham Library yesterday and say goodbye to his father. Greg Clugston, Charlotte.
And Billy Graham, remembered by so many as America's pastor, and yet by so many religious broadcasters here in Nashville as a great pioneer in the use of modern media to share the gospel message. And for townhall.com, I'm Bob Agnew, reporting live from the NRB's Proclaim 18 conference here in Nashville. Now for more news, we go back to Rich Thomason in Washington.
An attorney for the Florida Sheriff's deputy who was assigned to guard Stoneman Douglas High School says his client never entered the building during the recent massacre there because he thought the gunfire he heard was coming from outside of the building. West Virginia's teachers refusing to go to school for a fourth day today in a pay dispute. On Wall Street, stock futures in the red. Dow futures down 74 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
You know, I'm not a genius about money. I love my credit cards, and they love me. I was using them as a source of income, and then I got behind in my payments, and creditors were calling. I figured I had a problem, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I heard about Trinity, so I called and talked to a counselor. In half an hour, we worked out a plan. Now I've got one easy monthly payment, a lower interest rate, and I'm getting out of debt.
If you're in an endless cycle of paying on credit card balances that never seem to go away, then get ready for a toll-free number that will put you on a path to financial recovery. Trinity will consolidate your accounts, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands. If your debt has you down, we should talk. Call 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976. Call 1-800-990-6976.
Comcast, the owner of NBC and Universal Pictures, launching a $31 billion bid for British pay TV broadcaster Sky. The Comcast move threatens the takeover ambitions of media mogul Rupert Murdoch.
Sky has 22 million customers across Europe, with operations in Ireland, Italy, Germany and Austria, as well as the UK. That makes it an attractive target for Comcast. The US giant is keen to expand its international operations. However, 21st Century Fox, a business controlled by the Murdoch family, owns 39% of Sky and has already agreed to buy the rest of the company. It plans to include Sky as part of a much bigger deal to sell its TV and film assets to the Walt Disney Company.
That's a BBC's Theo Leggett. German media reports a court in that country has ruled that cities do have the right to ban diesel vehicles from their streets, a move aimed at combating air pollution. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Parts of the waterlogged Midwest could see more rain and other forms of unsettled weather in the coming days.
The National Weather Service says much of the center of the country is seeing and will continue to see flooding. Meteorologist Frank Pereira says parts of Arkansas have seen record rain this month, shattering marks set more than 100 years ago. He adds another storm front will bring heavy rain starting Wednesday.
It's a good portion of the middle part of the country, extending all the way from North Texas up into the Ohio Valley.
The Weather Service says both flash flooding and river flooding are expected Wednesday and Thursday from the deep south to the Midwest. I'm Tim McGuire.
A Russia-ordered humanitarian pause has gone into effect, allowing civilians to leave a rebel-held enclave near Damascus, Syria. But so far, there have been no immediate signs of any corridor set up for the evacuees to use in their exit. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Welcome back to the Cat Show. Up next, we have Nico. Nico is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right. A group known especially for their sunspot sleeping, ball chasing, leg rubbing, couch purring, bed leaping, and of course, companionship.
Wonderful. And what breed would you say Nico is?
I'd have to go with a tabbyish Persian kind of mix.
Tremendous cat.
I'd also like to point out her coat's wonderful mix of colors. Is it black, gray, black, brown?
Somewhere in between.
Indeed.
You know, it's always special when we get to see a cat like this.
Just look how she struts.
It's like she owns the place.
And how she's so incredibly cute in her indifference to commands.
A strong-willed feline.
Ah, and see how she curls up and cuddles her person.
The pitch on her purring is simply perfect.
Nice one.
I know. Fantastic cat.
Fantastic indeed. But really the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Nico is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org today. Adopt. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Good morning, the big 1400 WVWB Clarksville area weather. Mild today with plenty of sunshine. Now by this evening, you'll see an increase in clouds. We expect a high today of around 68 degrees. Tonight, periods of rain late this evening. 54 for an overnight low. And Wednesday, rain throughout the day, 65 for an expected high. Thursday, morning shower, then clearing, and a high of around 61 degrees. Currently, we're at 35 degrees in downtown Clarksville. With a look at traffic, here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Traffic around the city and the county off to a good start this morning. It is busy in a couple areas, though, as always. Let's check around the city and the county at the moment. 41A Fort Campbell looking good. Trenton Road very busy at the moment. Tiny Town Road not bad. The 101st Parkway looking good as well. 79 out in St. Bethlehem busy, especially by the interstate connector. Rossview Road very busy out by the interstate as well. The MLK 76 connector is looking good this morning. Looks like 41A out in Sango, not bad. Madison Street slow in a couple of areas. And 48 and 13, if you're making your way into the city from the county, it is slow, especially out by Montgomery Central, as always, this time of the morning. Now, if you are headed to Nashville this morning, there is an area of fog between Rossview Road and the MLK 76 connectors, so be on the lookout for that. And just allow yourself a few extra minutes as you go through that area. No accidents to report. And if you are headed to Nashville, well, let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what lies ahead when you get there.
Good morning. As we keep watch on traffic, it's picked up out here now. You would expect 24 coming through Jolton. Right now, I'm looking live at 40 westbound. It's really heavy coming out of Wilson County here at the Wilson County-Davidson County line, headed into Hermitage. Traffic's on the increase, 65 up by 840 up through Williamson, and all that traffic coming from Murray. Hey, Princess Hot Chicken is the best and original hot chicken in Middle Tennessee. They were here first. Princess Hot Chicken, 5814 Nolensville Pike. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Thank you there, Commander Chuck. That's been a look at your news and weather and traffic all together this morning on 1400 WVWB. It is 7:10. It's time now for the Tuesday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. Good morning, Chuck Edwards.
Good morning, John Michaels, the Renaissance man of Clarksville. Hey, you know, this is the 27th of February, so that means we've only got one more day in the month of February.
Then it's over.
Yep, and then we'll be into March. But hey, we're going to get through this Tuesday. We're going to have lots of fun. We've got County Mayor Jim Dirt coming in during the 8 o'clock 1400 WVWB. Good morning on this Tuesday, the 27th day of February. 35 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Expecting a high today of 68 with plenty of sunshine to get you through the day. But you might need a jacket going out this morning because it's kind of cold. It's only 35 degrees right now, but warming up nicely to
ice
around
on the window this
68. Morning. Yeah. It was overnight, and but that'll warm up nicely. Good. And then the clouds will move in, and we'll have some rain late this evening and into Wednesday.
Whoa. You can just stop with today.
Okay, I'll stop with today.
Just do the weather today. It's going to be lovely, and then we'll take the rain. You know, we can talk about that tomorrow.
Don't forget, on the way at 7:20 this morning, we've got a Sports Now update on the Big 1400 with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy. Musically, John's picked out some King Floyd, the OJs, and something from the Beatles to get us going this morning during the 7 o'clock hour. But first, we had to do some birthdays.
Oh, it's your birthday.
Yes. Lindsay Morgan is 28. She's raving on the 100. Jenny J. Wow Farley is 32, whoever that is. Kate Mara is 35. Zoe Barnes in House of Cards and Sue Storm in the Fantastic Four reboot. Josh Groban is 37. Of course, you know, middle-aged women love some Josh Groban.
They do.
They do. Chelsea Clinton. How old do you think Chelsea Clinton?
Oh, Chelsea is 36.
38. Close. Tony Gonzalez holds every NFL major record for tight ends. He retired in 2013. He is 42. Donald LaGuia is 52. He's Harvey Bullock, Jim Gordon's partner in Gotham. He also was king of Denmark on the Vikings. Did you ever watch that on Vikings?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Was it good?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. Adam Baldwin, and he's not a Baldwin brother. He's not a Baldwin brother.
He's not?
He's Mike Slattery on TNT's The Last Ship. Grant Show is 56. He's Jake Hansen on Melrose Place. And James Worthy is 57. You know, I thought it was so funny. James Worthy is the L.A. Laker basketball player who retired. He used to wear the goggles. Yeah. But remember, we had the the young lady from Parks and Recreation, and they had a dog named James Worthy.
Right.
I thought that was so cool. You know, and I say, is there a basketball lineage in your family? She said, my husband's a coach.
That's right. I believe that in Montgomery Central, if I remember right. Was that right?
Yeah, he is. Timothy Spall is 61. He's Peter Pettigrew, Vorlemerster's henchman in Wormtail, and Ron's former rat on the Harry Potter movies. So he was also played Winston Churchill in The King's Speech. Did you ever see that?
No, I did not.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
I had that down to watch one day.
Yeah. Neil Sean, 64. Journey Guitars. Yeah. Howard Hessman, Dr. Johnny Fever.
76.
78.
Ooh.
I'm
missing by 2 years twice today.
I always wanted to change my name to Dr. Johnny Fever.
Dr. Johnny Fever.
Or, you know, like that. But here I am. Chuck Edwards. Nah. But anyway, Ralph Nader is 84 today. Of course, he spent his life warning people about things that are hazardous to their health.
That's right.
He's 84. Joanne Woodard is 88. Paul Newman's widow, of course, she won an Oscar for Three Faces of Eve.
Getting on up there.
And on this date in 2011, we lost Elizabeth Taylor. She was born in 1932. 12 days till daylight savings time. 18 days until St. Patrick's Day. Have you got your St. Patrick's Day outfit?
No.
Are you going to go beer crawling or whatever it is? What? I mean,
I do that every weekend.
Well, you don't need an excuse. You don't need a holiday to do that.
I don't need a holiday. Okay. I do that every weekend.
80 days until Deadpool 2 hits the theaters on the big screen.
I think is what it's called.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to do a pub crawl.
All right. You're not going to do one. You do those all the
Yeah.
You don't need a holiday.
Don't need a holiday for me.
Okay. I understand. I understand.
This coffee tastes a little funny.
Yeah, but I was just... Big 1400 WVWB with Chuck and John on this Tuesday. 35 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Expecting a high today of 68. Don't forget, we've got UT basketball on the radio tonight, this evening. The UT Vols will take on, I think they play at Mississippi State. Is that right?
I believe
yep, they're at Mississippi State. Yep, 5:30 airtime, 6 o'clock tip-off with Bob Kessling right here on the Big 1400. But first, back in the day. 91 years ago in 1927, for the second week in a row, South Carolina officials enforced the state's century-old law against violating the Sabbath by arresting golfers in the act of teeing off. Can you imagine? South Carolina.
South Carolina.
That's South Carolina, okay.
Yeah.
38 years ago in 1980, the Grammy Awards, the Doobie Brothers won Best Record for What a Fool Believes. Billy Joel, 52nd Street won Album of the Year.
Wow.
Ricky Lee Jones won Best New Artist. Gloria Gaynor won Best Disco Performance for I Will Survive. Michael Jackson won Best R&B Performance for Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. And 37 years ago in 1981, Stevie Wonder and Paul McCartney recorded Ebony and Ivory. 32 years ago in 1986, the Van Hagar era officially began with the release of Van Halen's single, Why Can't This Be Love? And 28 years ago in 1990, Milli Vanilli's Rob Pilatus told Time magazine, quote, musically, we're more talented than Bob Dylan or Paul McCartney. Mick Jagger can't produce a sound. I'm the new Elvis. So,
hey, how did that work out?
Yeah, how did that work out for you? 27 years ago in 1991, President George Bush I declared, quote, Kuwait is liberated. Iraq's army is defeated. Yeah.
How did that work out for you?
26 years ago in 1992, Elizabeth Taylor celebrated her 60th birthday by closing Disneyland for a private party with her celebrity friends.
She did.
What about money? What about money?
Oh, what about money?
How much you think that cost her?
Oh, there's no telling.
Yeah.
Millions.
25 years ago in 1993, hundreds of women showed up in London for the first ever KD Lang convention. No males were allowed. Events at the first KD.con included KD karaoke and a KD lookalike contest. I'm a fake KD Lang fan.
You are a KD Lang
I am. 21 years ago in 1997, divorce was legalized in Ireland. And 15 years ago in 2003, Mr. Rogers died at the age of 74 from stomach cancer. And we miss Mr. Rogers. Yep.
We do?
Yes, we do.
Oh,
we
do.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I wasn't following the script there. I apologize.
You're supposed to say, yes, we do.
Oh, yes, we do. We miss Mr. Rogers.
Yes, and we can't wait for the movie with Tom Hanks playing Mr. Rogers to come out.
That's right.
Yes, right.
That's right, sir.
All right. Time now for a Sportsnet update with Justin Swallows on the Big 1400, brought to you by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy.
This Sports Now update is presented by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy. Now enrolling students in pre-K through 3rd grade online at powerandgraceacademy.com.
With only 2 regular season games remaining, the University of Tennessee men's basketball squad's postseason fate is far from certain. Head coach Rick Barnes and the Volunteers are up to number 16 in this week's Associated Press poll and number 17 in the coaches poll after wins last week over Florida and Ole Miss. Yet bracketologists nationwide vary greatly in their opinions on where the Big Orange could be headed in the NCAA tournament. ESPN's Joe Lenardi currently has UT as a number 3 seed in the West Regional. Meanwhile, USA Today's Shelby Mast has them as a number 4 in the Midwest. One thing's for sure, the Vols will face a tough road test this evening at 6 o'clock versus the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Now some good and bad news for our friends over at NBC concerning the overall viewership numbers coming out of the 2018 Winter Olympics. The good news is that online streaming of those Pyeongchang games finished up at an all-time high as fans consumed a total of 2.17 billion minutes of online Olympic content. The bad news, however, is that overall TV ratings were down a whopping 17% from the 2014 games in Sochi. And lastly, today we'll take you to the sometimes strange world of college football with an if you can't beat them, join them kind of attitude. It seems that former University of Tennessee football head coach Butch Jones may be close to landing a job with Coach Nick Saban at Alabama. AL.com reported late last night that Jones is currently in talks with Coach Saban about becoming an off-the-field offensive analyst for the Crimson Tide. UT currently owes Butch Jones an $8.26 million buyout, which would be at least partially mitigated if this job comes to fruition down in Tuscaloosa. From the WVWB Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
With the Christ Center curriculum and a high expectation for academic mastery, Power and Grace Preparatory Academy has set the gold standard for elementary learning. Certified by the Tennessee Department of Education, they've extended their offerings to include music, art, and Spanish. Additionally, students will be participating in STEAM Fridays, emphasizing science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Before and after care is available, spanning from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., and enrollment is open for children in pre-K through the 3rd grade. For more info, visit powerandgraceacademy.com or call 931-320-9862.
The hits just keep on happening.
WB, waking up Clarksville with good time oldies. Those are the 4 tops. 35 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Expecting a high today of 68. Don't forget, we've got the Vol Network Notebook coming your way at 7:50 this morning. Bob Kessling is on the call, and Copies in a Flash is our sponsor right here on the Big 1400 at 7:50. Bill Cosby's daughter, Ensa, passed away from kidney disease. She was only 44. This is the second of Cosby's 5 children who have died. She was one of his biggest supporters in the wake of the sexual assault scandal that is still ongoing, but it's kind of been drowned out by all the other sexual, and shows that this is not, that was not an isolated event, but we'll see. Sad thing about his daughter passing away. She was only 44.
I know.
Yeah.
She was still, that's young.
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay. So, now this is just, tribute. Just something. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Have you ever wondered how much it would cost to run Willy Wonka's chocolate factory for real? Did you ever see Willy Wonka's chocolate factory?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I have
How many
kids,
times have you seen it? Multiple, right?
Probably with the children.
Okay.
Because they grew up with it.
Well, and nobody's ever really wondered, well, you know, it's a movie, it's fantasy. So in real life, you know, no, I never really worried.
And then the grandkids came along, and then the remake of Willy Wonka, and
Which was so it gets a triple. You know.
But I've sat through it too.
Yeah, I had to also.
But you know what? They always come back to the original.
Oh, it's got to be the original. Gene Wilder, it's got to be.
That's right.
But the people at this company called Advanced Tech Services they crunched the numbers. The estimate comes to a huge $224.6 million per year, which seems like a fortune until you consider that it costs more than that to run the LA Dodgers baseball team. So here's how some of the numbers that break down with the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. The Oompa Loompa salaries would be roughly $73.4 million per year based on the average salary of a chocolate worker in the U.S., which is about $50K. Oompa Loompas health care would cost $8.1 million.
Oompa Loompas have health care?
Yeah. They got to have health care.
And we don't?
They're that short, they got to have health care. Yeah, they got
we don't. I don't have any.
You don't?
No, why do the Oompa Loompas get some and I don't?
Because, you know, Willy Wonka pays for it. So you need to talk about
I need to turn into an Oompa Loompa.
You need to talk to somebody at MP Media about getting you some health care. The chocolate river.
Wait a minute. Do your sound effect there. Oh, okay. There you go. That's my answer.
The chocolate river would cost about $32.7 million or $47.1 million with organic chocolate. And the glass elevator will be more expensive in the neighborhood of around $109 million. And yearly energy costs would be about $2 million. The overall company would be worth around $21.5 billion, which also seems high, but that's almost exactly what the Cadbury chocolate company is worth. Kraft Foods acquired it for $19 billion in 2010, and with inflation, the total company value is now at almost $22 billion.
Yikes. That's
So
a lot of money.
If you got a few Bitcoins laying around, you too can have your very own chocolate factory.
Your own
Willy
Wonka.
Wonka chocolate factory.
Well,
Right.
That
So-
would be nice.
Yeah,
Walk
invest
through
in
that
it.
little river of chocolate.
Yeah, you could invest in it and just walk. And get, yeah. Oh, yes,
man.
yes. We need to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
For real estate services, Byers & Harvey can do it all. Real estate sales, rentals, property management, commercial and residential development. Byers & Harvey is Clarksville's oldest independent real estate company and has given continuous service since 1878. Byers & Harvey have 3 locations to serve you: in North Clarksville, in the heart of downtown, and at Sango. For more information and listings, visit them online at byersandharvey.com. byersandharvey.com. Byers & Harvey, Clarksville's real estate company.
We've got you covered every step of the way. That's what they do at Clarksville Floor Covering. Carpet, hardwood, tile, laminate, vinyl, and area rugs are what they specialize in. Visit Clarksville Floor Covering and let their on-staff interior designer put it all together to give you the look you want. Locally owned and operated since 1961, Clarksville Floor Covering is conveniently located at 606 North Spring Street, behind Sonic off Riverside Drive. Visit their website at clarksvillefloor-covering.com and be sure to check them out on
Warren's
Facebook.
Apothecary is much more than just a pharmacy. From prescriptions to home medical equipment, these folks have been taking care of families since 1960. They will take care of your prescriptions. They have certified fitters for mastectomy supplies. Warren's Apothecary has hospital equipment for sale or rent, and much more. Most insurances are accepted, and they have free delivery. Give them a call to find out more. 931-647-6791. Warren's Apothecary is located at 1647 Memorial Drive in Clarksville. Call 931-647-6791.
Is the temperature in your house lower than the outside temp? Then you need to call Action Air at 931-647-8525 or actionairclarksville.com. We have no overtime diagnostic fee from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So why are you sitting in the cold? Call Action Air at 931-647-8525. Let our experts get you back to your comfort zone.
When you need action, call Action Air.
Why settle for less when you can get more at Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee? Score and win with Wyatt Johnson GMC Buick, Toyota, Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru, as well as 3 pre-owned superstores for more selection in minutes versus days, shopping place to place. We are the region's largest GMC Buick dealer, the area's newest Toyota dealer, and home of the Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru Giant. You always get more at your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee, the Wyatt Johnson Automotive family in Clarksville.
Treat your pets to a vacation of their own at the Animal Guest House. Whether you're looking for doggy daycare service or long-term boarding, Animal Guest House will love your most loyal companions as much as you do. They have almost 2 acres of fenced-in roaming space, offer grooming services, and proudly have absolutely 0 breed restrictions. Animal Guest House is located in Woodlawn at 1970 Chester Harris Road. Give them a call at 931-920-2719 or check them out online at animalguesthouse.com. Animalguesthouse.com.
More music, more often, with wonderful, hits that you remember solid gold. Wow!
At WVWB, Clarksville's Good Time Oldies back-to-back. That is King Floyd on this Tuesday edition of Good Morning Clarksville with Chuck and John. 39 degrees, expecting a high today of 68. Rain moves in our area late this evening and into Wednesday, where we have a high Wednesday of around 65 with periods of rain on and off throughout the day. Right now, 39 degrees in downtown Clarksville. So there's this restaurant. Did you know that, first of all, today is National Pancake Day?
It is?
You like pancakes?
I do.
Yeah. So IHOP is having a special.
They are?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I might have to go.
I think they're having a special, and a lot of the money is going to be donated to...
to charities?
Yeah, to different charities, yeah. But anyway, today is National Pancake Day.
I would like some pancakes.
Now, I'm jumping ahead, but March 9th is National Meatball Day. Okay? You like meatballs?
I like meatballs, okay.
Yeah, okay. You know, the thing, I like meatballs and spaghetti. I like meatballs with noodles.
I don't like a meatball sandwich.
But I don't like meatballs by themselves.
You mean without the tomato sauce?
No, without noodles or pasta or something.
Oh,
you know,
well, that would be like in a sandwich, a meatball sandwich.
Yeah. I've never gotten a meatball sandwich.
How can you eat a sandwich with these little golf balls? You know.
Well, this meatball evidently is not a little golf ball. A restaurant in New York City called Davio's Northern Italian Steakhouse is celebrating by selling the world's fanciest and most expensive meatball. The meatball is made from Wagyu beef, which is that expensive beef from Japan. Yep. Truffle cheese, not regular cheese, not Velveeta, you know, and not provolone,
but truffles.
Truffle cheese, foie gras, truffles, and it has a creamy champagne sauce on top.
Now you're talking.
Now it also comes with a nice glass of wine.
There's not even
It'll set you back $100
for one meatball.
$100 for one meatball.
That's just enough to make me mad. I'd have to have about $1,000 for it.
It's probably a nice sized meatball though. I would think. Wouldn't you think?
I don't know. It might be regular size.
I would think that. Well,
like a ping
pong
pong ball size.
Order one to go. You don't have health insurance, so you got some extra money. So order one to go with that extra money you got.
Well, you're getting me fired already. It's been nice knowing y'all. Thank y'all very much.
The Big 1400, WVWB, Clarksville's Good Time Oldies back-to-back. That is Marvin Gaye, Chuck and John for the Tuesday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. Right now, 39 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Well, if you're wondering, have you bought any music this month,
No.
this year?
No.
Last year?
No.
You haven't? Okay.
No.
Well, this doesn't matter, but for some people, I
did buy some.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. As far as the best-selling artists, let's see how many of these you have something about.
Oh.
The best-selling artist globally last year, Ed Sheeran was number 1. Okay. Drake was number 2, followed by Taylor Swift, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Bruno Mars, The Weeknd, Imagine Dragons, Linkin Park, and your group, the Chainsmokers.
Yeah.
Okay, so you brought something by the Chainsmokers.
And Imagine Dragon as well.
Okay, so
I like them.
Anyway, so I
did buy something. Yes, I did.
Cool. The closing celebration of Black History Month is tomorrow, February 28th. It's going to be at 6 p.m. at the Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church, 303 Market Street. Everybody is invited to come out and enjoy a delicious soul food dinner theater from various churches and organizations from the community as they help celebrate the closing of Black History Month, which is February. Time now for the Vol Network Notebook with Bob Kessling, brought to you by Copies in a Flash on the Big 1400.
Tennessee has a tough road assignment Tuesday night at Mississippi State. This is the Vol Network Notebook, brought to you by your local Farmers Co-op. Co-op, proudly farming Big Orange Country. Tennessee faces a critical road test on Tuesday night in Starkville, going up against Mississippi State. The Vols enter the game 1 game back of SEC leading Auburn. The Tigers have a tough assignment Tuesday night at Arkansas. Mississippi State's in 3rd place in the SEC at 9-7. The Bulldogs 21-8 overall, have won 3 straight, and they're 18-1 this season at home. Coach Rick Barnes knows this will be a very difficult matchup.
Playing probably as well as anybody in the league right now. They're big, going to create some big problems for us because of their size and their guard play. They got some terrific size, length on the perimeter. Big thing that we've talked about, Bob, where we've got to get better, guard play, enough pride in yourself to guard the ball, guard your area, and we've got to rebound as a group.
A Tennessee win at Mississippi State and an Auburn loss at Arkansas would pull the Vols into a first-place tie for the SEC lead. Tip-off time Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Central from Humphrey Coliseum. During the winter months, Vol Nation heats up with intense basketball action inside the comforts of Thompson Bowling Arena. But for those who farm for a living, there's no getting around being out in the elements. Their livestock to be cared for, fences to be mended, and equipment to be served. That's why folks turn to their local Farmers Co-op, where inside you'll find products ranging from feed to footwear and apparel to animal health items. Plus, the kind of neighbor-to-neighbor service you won't find anywhere else. Co-op, proudly farming Big Orange Country. Tennessee Lady Vols open SEC tournament play in Nashville on Thursday. Lady Vols, the number 7 seed, will face Auburn Thursday night in Bridgestone Arena. The Tennessee baseball team, fresh from taking 2 out of 3 from UNC Greensboro over the weekend, will host MTSU Tuesday at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. First pitch is 3:30. Reporting for the Vol Network, I'm Bob Kessler.
Copies in a Flash is your one-stop copy design and print supercenter. If you're looking for letterheads, carbonless forms, envelopes, address labels, or anything to do with print, your local Copies in a Flash can handle it all in a flash. Stop in and see Copies in a Flash at 1841 Business Park Drive in Clarksville and see how they can help you on your next project. Copies in a Flash offers free delivery. Visit Copies in a Flash and see all of their offerings at copiesinaflash.com. That's copiesinaflash.com. Copies in a Flash is proud to support our community and say go Big Orange.
WVWB, Motown Soul, and rock and roll for Clarksville on this Tuesday. Good morning, Clarksville. Right now we're at 40 degrees. We expect a high of 68 before it's all said and done. And then clouds move in this evening. What?
I said a little chilly.
It's a little brisk. The clouds move in this evening and the rain comes with it. So we'll have rain late this evening into Wednesday. Periods of rain all day Wednesday. Expect a high Wednesday of 65. Thursday, morning shower. Then after in the afternoon on Thursday, we should have just a partly cloudy day. 61 for an expected high. A little cooler on Friday. But plenty of sunshine, no mention of any rain in the forecast. Expect a high Friday of around 53 degrees, which is where our normal...
I think that is about normal. We've been so up and down, it's hard to know what normal is.
Yeah, but the weekend is looking good. Right now we're at 40 degrees in downtown Clarksville. I was reading a story, Frederick Bauer. A lot of you might not remember him, but you remember his invention. He invented Pringles.
Pringles?
Yeah.
The potato chips that aren't potato chips.
Exactly. You know, and
they're not really real potato chips.
They aren't?
I don't think so. I think they're kind of highly processed.
But, you know...
I think they're made out of goop. Kind of like chicken nuggets.
Anyway, Frederick Bauer invented Pringles. And he had one request when he died.
And what was that, sir?
That he be cremated and his ashes be put in a Pringles can.
Okay.
And his kids did it.
They did?
Yeah. When he died, he was cremated.
He must have been in that can. I bought some the other day at the store, and the can was half gone. He must have been in there and ate part of them. I got home with it and opened it up, and I went, oh, somebody's already been into these Pringles. They're half gone. So he must have ate half of my Pringles.
That's not true. That's not true.
That is true.
That's not true.
That is a true story.
Okay.
Did
you take the can back?
I haven't yet. I just bought it yesterday. And by
you
the
got
time
the receipt?
Yeah.
All right, take it back.
I am going to take it back because I opened it up and the can was half gone.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, somebody's already been into these.
Maybe they had extra space in there for Mr. Bauer.
That's what
and
I mean.
His ashes.
Maybe he ate part of them.
He's dead.
Well, maybe somebody did. His spirit.
He's dead, John.
Okay.
He did not eat your Pringles. Take the can back and get some more.
I will.
Take them back and, save up your money for that big meatball you go. 1400 with the Beatles. It is 8 o'clock in downtown Clarksville. We'll need to take a break and do the local news. We'll have a complete weather forecast after this update in national news.
WVWB, 1400 AM, Clarksville, Tennessee.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Greg Clugston in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's day number 2 of public visitation at the Billy Graham Library. Yesterday, thousands of people walked past Graham's closed casket to honor the famed evangelist. Former President George W. Bush and Laura Bush were among the visitors.
If there's such a thing as a humble shepherd of the Lord, Billy Graham is that person.
Today, former President Bill Clinton will pay his respects. Graham's son, Franklin, says the entire family is grateful for the love and encouragement.
Thank you for your kindness to my father.
I'm Greg Clugston in Charlotte. Now here's Bob Agnew in Nashville.
I'm here at the National Religious Broadcasters Convention. 2 themes have really struck me so far in connection with this gathering about to get underway in earnest today. Security and freedom. Security abnormally high this year, due in large part to a visit later today from Vice President Mike Pence. And freedom of speech high on the agenda this year, as NRB officials tell me. Internet censorship is a growing concern, one that's affecting many NRB members already. And organizers are also stressing that the fact that this is the 75th annual NRB convention is testimony to the enduring importance of religious broadcasting in America. I'm Bob Agnew, live in Nashville. Now for more news, back to Rich Thomason in Washington.
The criminal case against the gunman accused in the Florida high school shooting returns to court today, with prosecutors seeking hair samples, fingerprints, DNA, and photos of suspect Nicholas Cruz. Georgia's Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle vowing to kill a proposed sales tax exemption on jet fuel unless Delta Airlines reverses its decision to end a discount program with the National Rifle Association. Futures pointing to a lower open later this morning on Wall Street. Right now, Dow futures down 30 points. NASDAQ futures off 10. S&P futures 4 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hello, I'd like to deposit this to checking.
Fate is a fickle master.
What?
The future is uncertain.
Okay, and what's my account balance?
The horizon is cloudy. I see a long, treacherous voyage filled with great peril.
Look, can I just get a deposit slip or something?
A fortune bank teller. Surprising. What's not surprising? How much you could save by switching to Geico.
I see a yellow-eyed serpent and a low APR.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Mike Gallagher here again for one of my all-time, and I mean all-time favorite sponsors, ReliefFactor.com. My story is simple. I had a hip replaced, then I had a motorcycle accident, left me in pain, simply wouldn't go away until I started taking Relief Factor. A 3-week quick start is just $19.95. 80% of people who do order the 3-week quick start go on to order more, like me. Go to ReliefFactor.com, ReliefFactor.com, or give them a call. 800-500-8384, 800-500-8384, ReliefFactor.com.
Senator Joe Manchin says he's awaiting a signal from President Trump before reintroducing a bill aimed at expanding background checks for gun sales.
The bill, co-sponsored with Republican Senator Pat Toomey of Pennsylvania, was first introduced in 2013 and has repeatedly failed to pass in the U.S. Senate. The bill has attracted renewed attention following the school shootings in Parkland, Florida. It would expand firearm background checks to include online sales and sales at gun shows. Senator Manchin tells West Virginia's Metro News he and Senator Toomey won't bring up the bill unless the president signs on. President Trump has floated a number of ideas following the Parkland shootings, including arming teachers, increasing mental health screenings, and expanding background checks. Linda Kenyon, Washington.
In a rare public expression of dissent in China, a well-known political commentator and a prominent businesswoman have penned open letters urging lawmakers to reject a plan that would allow President Xi Jinping to rule indefinitely. Townhall.com. The Trump administration says it's actively exploring ways to help states expand inpatient mental health treatment using Medicaid funds.
In the old days, you'd put them into a mental institution.
That's what President Trump told the nation's governors about the alleged Florida high school shooter. Nicholas Cruz's troubling behavior had prompted people close to him to plead for help from authorities without success. Organizations representing state officials and people with mental illness say no one wants to go back to warehousing patients. But they also say that federal action is needed to reverse a decades-old policy which bars Medicaid from paying for treatment in mental health facilities with more than 16 beds. President Trump says the current situation leaves authorities with no halfway.
We have nothing between a prison and leaving him at his house, which we can't do anymore.
Ben Thomas, Washington.
German cities have gotten a green light from a judge to ban diesel vehicles from their streets. More on these stories at townhall.com.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes, another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger, 2 if you're very overweight, and 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio prediabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
The big 1400 WVWB Clarksville area weather mild today. A little cool this morning as we get started, but we'll warm up nicely with plenty of sunshine. Expect a high today of 68. Now tonight, we got periods of rain coming our way, 54 for an overnight low. Rain all day Wednesday on and off. Expect a high Wednesday of 65. Thursday, maybe a few showers in the morning. Then we should have some clearing, and it'll give way to some sunshine. Expect a high of 61. Friday, plenty of sunshine, cooler temperatures, more like we would have this time of the year, 53 for an expected high. Currently, we're at 42 degrees in downtown Clarksville. With a look at traffic, here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Traffic around the city and the county still moving along, looking good for this Tuesday morning. It is busy in a couple of areas of town today. Looks like 41A out at Fort Campbell, busy, especially out on the north side. Tiny Town Road, very busy this morning in a couple of areas. 79 St. Bethlehem, not bad. Rossview Road out by the interstate, very busy. Warfield Boulevard, busy as well. The MLK 76 connector is looking good this morning. 41A Sango, not bad. Madison Street looking pretty good. 48 and 13 if you're making your way into the city from the county. Busy, especially out by Montgomery Central and as you get closer into town down by Liberty Park. No accidents to report at the moment in the city or the county. And if you are headed to Nashville this morning, 24 looks green all the way into the Music City. Let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what's going on with the Nashville area traffic.
Well, good morning. It's been quite eventful out here in the last hour or so as far as accidents. We still got this one that's slowing it down on 40 westbound before you get to Fessler's. Foster Avenue at Woody Crest is tying up that intersection. Noticeable Pike at Burkett Road with slow go. And they're just rubbernecking on this earlier wreck here on 65 northbound at OHB in Brentwood. Avoid back surgery with spinal laser and decompression therapy. Proven to avoid back surgery. Call Action Spine and Joint to determine if you're a candidate. These guys are the best. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
That's been a look at your traffic and weather together and the latest national news this morning on 1400 WVWB. It is 8:10. It is Tuesday, and this is Good Morning Clarksville. Good morning, Chuck Edwards, once again.
Once again, good morning to you, John Michaels. We start hour number 2, of course. This is Tuesday with the mayor, and Mayor Jim Durrett is not going to be here. We've got a representative from his office who's going to join us this hour, and we'll talk about things in the county.
All right.
So you ready for that?
I'm ready.
Okay,
Let's
good.
do it.
All right, we'll do it. The big 1400 WVWB and Chuck and John, the Tuesday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. The Big 1400, WVWB, Clarksville's only station giving you traffic and weather every 15 minutes, even more frequent than that. Because John Michaels twists my arm and makes me give you the weather and traffic. And we have to check in with Commander Chuck and see what he's doing. But anyway, clouds, no, sunny skies today. Clouds don't come in until this evening. Expect a high today of 68. Right now we're at 42 degrees in downtown Clarksville. And we're joined by Michelle Newell. She's the Montgomery County Public Information Officer. Good morning.
Good morning.
Wait a minute. Let's oh, we didn't do this. Okay. Let's pull that down a little bit. Yeah. Go.
Okay,
oh, she broke it. Uh-oh. It looks like the county gonna have to buy a microphone.
That's our trick one.
Did you get it?
No.
That's the one we used to fake.
Yeah, we fake them out with that. But anyway, so Michelle Newell is here from Mayor Jim Durrett's office, and we're going to talk with her. So how have you been?
I've been great. How have you been, Chuck?
Have you been with as the public information officer since Mayor Durrett took office?
Oh, no. Elizabeth Black was the public information officer for a long time.
Yeah.
And I just went into that position in June of this year, and I had worked as the green certification manager before that, and then, I was with the school system before that.
Right. Elizabeth and I were we've worked together before.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, now she's the election.
She is, yeah. She's the commissioner of elections.
Yeah, so
administrator of elections.
Exactly what do you consider, I know what your I know, some of the things that your job description might say that you do as a public information officer, but tell me in your own words what you feel your job is as a public information officer for the county mayor.
Well, it seems like it's different every day, but basically it's a lot of media relations, community relations. Anything that the public has questions about, a lot of times they first come to the public information office, and we do whatever we can to help them. There's a lot of writing involved. There's just a plethora of things that we end up doing in the public information, I end up doing in the public information office. And anything that the mayor or Jeff Truitt tells me to do or help with, then, that is what I'm doing.
But you like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great community. The county itself, we have a lot of hard workers, and we have a mayor who's a working mayor. He works very hard. The chief of staff works very hard.
Wait a minute. Stop saying that about Truitt.
Well, from what I can see, they work very hard, and he works very hard as well. Yeah.
So Michelle Newell's our guest. She's a public information officer for Montgomery County. So what you do working with the media and coordinating everything, it's a juggling act, correct?
It is a juggling act. We have a lot of great media people that are easy to work with, though, too. I think so. A lot of people of integrity.
So you have to answer requests for interviews, questions, and set up Mayor Durrett's calendar and make sure that that's flowing.
His calendar is really done by Debbie Gentry, who is his administrative assistant, and that is a job. I'm telling you, for her to be able to juggle all the things that he does and that he's involved with on a daily basis, she's a saint. She's very good at what she does.
Good, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about first, the immediate thing, or the most recent thing, which is the tornado cleanup. How's the county involved in that?
Well, the county is very involved because the county, those are the areas that were struck the most. So you have,
in the county?
Yes, in the county. So you have Deep Woods out in the Dotsonville subdivision out in the Dotsonville area, and then you had...
That's in Woodlawn.
Correct. Oh, it's in Woodlawn. Okay.
Yeah. And then, isn't that in Woodlawn? Dotsonville?
Yes. And then you had Farmington Estates and
that's all the way on the other side of town.
Exactly, out by the Exit 8 area.
Crazy?
It is crazy
how
it just, just dips in there when it wants to and where it wants to, and causes a lot of destruction in the meantime. And then you have the Bell Park area as well, which was out toward Farmington Estates.
That was kind of scary Saturday night. Watching were you tuned? Well, you were.
I was tuned in the whole time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the sirens kept going off, and then listening to the news, and when they mentioned a street that you were familiar with, and you kind of got, and then they get in your safe place, and I know some people say I ain't getting in no safe place. I ain't going nowhere. But I think it, it behooves you that you do get in your safe place.
Absolutely behooves you to do that and to listen to those warnings, because we don't know when it's going to hit or if it's going to hit. And I think we're so used to hearing it here that a lot of times we dismiss it, but we can never dismiss it.
Yeah.
And this past weekend showed us that.
It can. Have you been out there?
I have.
Personally? You know, what the I've seen it on TV, but I guess it's kind of surreal to go out there and be a part of and see it personally. I remember when we had the tornado downtown.
Yeah.
What was that in?
99.
99. Man, I remember coming to work, and it was like I kept thinking of World War II. And I kept thinking of the pictures I had seen of the bombings in London, you know, and how the buildings look and the fire and the water, and it was raining and it was horrible. It was just so surreal. And so I guess going out to Farmington and Woodlawn and some of those areas.
Now, I have not been out to Woodlawn, but I'm sure it's just as bad as the other areas.
But you know, out in Farmington, it was. I've seen the devastation on TV, and it looks bad. So I guess seeing it in person was something else.
It was, yeah.
You know, but the cool thing is that you know, seeing all the people that volunteered.
That's what I was just about to say.
Okay.
All the people that have volunteered and come together. You know, we talk a lot about, and we see on the news media a lot about the differences, but when it comes down to it, citizens pull together and they help each other, because we know that when someone's hurting, our compassion kicks in, and that transcends everything else that we have, you know, the differences that we have, and we get together and we help out.
Yeah, John and I are movie freaks, and one of our favorite movies is Starman. I don't know if you've ever seen it. With Jeff Bridges. And I thought, you know what line I'm talking about, where I'm going? And he, you know, he's a extraterrestrial, and he comes to Earth. And to me, one of the most profound lines in that movie is when he says, "Do you know what I like about your people?" And she says, "No." And he says, "You are at your best when things are worse." And you know, that continues to show.
It does.
And it continues, and I guess, you know,
I wish we could always be at our best, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do too, Michelle. Michelle Newell's our guest. She is the Public Information Officer for Clarksville, for Montgomery County. We need to take a break. We'll talk with Michelle. Time now for the Sports Now Update with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Fox's Barbecue on the Big 1400.
This Sports Now Update is presented by Fox's Barbecue. They're serving slow-smoked premium meats at 521 Heritage Point Drive.
With only 2 regular season games remaining, the University of Tennessee men's basketball squad's postseason fate is far from certain. Head coach Rick Barnes and the Volunteers are up to number 16 in this week's Associated Press poll and number 17 in the coaches poll after wins last week over Florida and Ole Miss. Yet bracketologists nationwide vary greatly in their opinions on where the Big Orange could be headed in the NCAA tournament. ESPN's Joe Lenardi currently has UT as a number 3 seed in the West Regional. Meanwhile, USA Today's Shelby Mast has them as a number 4 in the Midwest. One thing's for sure, the Vols will face a tough road test this evening at 6 o'clock versus the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Now some good and bad news for our friends over at NBC concerning the overall viewership numbers coming out of the 2018 Winter Olympics. The good news is that online streaming of those Pyeongchang games finished up at an all-time high as fans consumed a total of 2.17 billion minutes of online Olympic content. The bad news, however, is that overall TV ratings were down a whopping 17% from the 2014 games in Sochi. And lastly, today we'll take you to the sometimes strange world of college football with an if you can't beat them, join them kind of attitude. It seems that former University of Tennessee football head coach Butch Jones may be close to landing a job with Coach Nick Saban at Alabama. AL.com reported late last night that Jones is currently in talks with Coach Saban about becoming an off-the-field offensive analyst for the Crimson Tide. UT currently owes Butch Jones an $8.26 million buyout, which would be at least partially mitigated if this job comes to fruition down in Tuscaloosa. From the WVWB Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
Voted the #1 veteran-owned barbecue restaurant in America, Fox's Barbecue is proud to serve the greater Clarksville community. They host the weekly Blues and Barbecue concert every Saturday night from 5 to 7 p.m. Whether you're hungry for chicken, ribs, pulled pork, or brisket, Fox's Barbecue is the right choice. They offer all-you-can-eat selections every Wednesday and Thursday night, as well as catering and delivery. Call them to cater your next event at 931-896-2678. Or better yet, go see them at 521 Heritage Point Drive, just off from Tiny Town Road.
Big 1400 WVWB. We've got another Sports Now update coming your way at 9:20 this morning. Brought to you by Culver's of Clarksville, home of the butter buns on that fish sandwich. Buddy, buddy, buddy. You got to get one, John. You got to go and get yourself
I'm going to go get one. I'll try it this weekend.
Fish sandwich. I mean, that big, them butter buns and that big
How
piece
big
of
is
fish.
the fish?
I would say that it's about half an inch, 3/4 inch thick.
It's a big piece of fish.
It is cod. You know, it's great. It is. Anyway.
Well, I'll try some.
Yeah, Michelle Newell's our guest. This is Tuesday with the Mayor. She's with the Montgomery County Public Affairs. She is the Montgomery County Public Information Officer, and so we're talking with her. And so we're talking about the cleanup, the tornado cleanup. So there was you had a meeting, you were saying?
Yeah, yesterday evening we had a meeting down at the Emergency Operations Center, and I'll kind of give you an overview of what's going on so far. We know that 150 homes were affected by the tornadoes.
Wait a minute.
More than 150 homes, yes.
Wow, that's double what they were saying initially.
Well, they went out and did assessments all day long yesterday, so they need to see, what the degree of the damage is. So they're assessing that right now, so they can work with FEMA to get.
How do they go about declaring something a disaster area?
Well, that's a good question, Chuck. And I'm sure that they have guidelines to be able to do that. I don't know what those guidelines are.
Okay, so is that a possibility for some of those areas that were hardest hit?
It may be.
Okay.
Yes, and that's what they're trying to determine right now, so that they can have some funding to be able to help those families.
The people, yeah. Okay.
Additional funding. And then we know that in Deep Woods Estates, there were at least 3 homes that were considered a complete loss, 3 to 4 homes in the Farmington Estates. 5 of the duplexes were considered a complete loss. And, for anyone that went out there, you could see it. I mean, either they were decimated or the walls had caved in. It was just, it brought things, sturdy homes, as though they were toothpicks. And
right.
Around.
When nature's fury comes through, Michelle, it was interesting. John and I were talking yesterday about the probability that your home is hit by a tornado, or the probability that it misses your home and just 10 feet away it devastates another.
Or one side of a duplex.
Yeah,
we saw that too.
Or snatches the roof off of one thing, but no, the loss of life. I think that was such a blessing.
It was such a blessing. We've been hit hard a couple times here in Clarksville, but we haven't lost that. Now I do remember when I worked for the school system, it was either in 2001 or 2002. We lost a teacher. There was a tornado, and I believe it was her and her husband that were lost in that one.
Yeah, but anyway, this time the loss of life, and that we had no loss of life was a good thing.
That's very important. Then we had 16 commercial businesses. We're not sure that they're all commercial, so they're looking more into that were affected. But like you said, I mean, we pulled together as citizens. There were groups out there. The APSU baseball team went out there all day yesterday. They helped clean up. The Red Cross was feeding and equipping volunteers. And then you probably saw on the news where some of the families in Farmington, they pulled together and they were feeding the volunteers.
Right. And then there were some companies who were out there and they dedicated their work.
Their resources and their work crews, And then, of course, the United Way's done quite a bit. The group of Fort Campbell medics were out there helping yesterday. And then there was a Southern Baptist group, I believe from outside of Nashville or Murfreesboro, that had come out and helped too. So even our neighbors, in the region were out there helping. We had dumpsters that were, and I don't want to miss anyone, but a gentleman by the name of Joel Butcher, he paid for a couple of the dumpsters to come out to Deep Woods. Covington Plumbing, porta potties, there were pizzas that were donated. And then, of course, the place where the volunteers all came together was at the Cattlemen's Association. So they allowed us to use that area, and the Sheriff's Department was out there guiding and letting people know where to go, what to do. We had school buses. They were transporting the people to be able to get them there to help clean up the debris.
Isn't that wonderful that they, like you said, coming together?
Yeah, it's
all the people of
absolutely
Clarksville,
wonderful.
Montgomery County coming together.
And then Life Point Church, I mean, it happened in their backyard, and they immediately rushed in to help. They allowed people to stay there. They had a big dinner for them last night. They gave out gift cards to the families last night.
Mike Burnett, he's such a great guy, and he's got a wonderful church, a great church. Life Point is a great church, and I wouldn't expect any less from the congregation at Life Point or Mike Burnett.
Yeah, and when he reached out, my understanding is when he reached out and asked other people in the community and other churches and so forth, I mean, they all came together to contribute. And I believe they raised about $30,000 so far, and they're still looking to be able to raise more money. And like I said, gave out the gift cards. They had dinner last night. An organization called Hope Force, they're helping people find homes. Queen City was there picking up debris. And then Kennedy had some dumpsters out there. Tipton Construction, Rita Home Builders, they were out there helping, like you said, bringing equipment and people out there too. And I'm sure there are others I forgot, but they know who they are and they know they're wonderful for
and it was so nice to see those people helping out at a time of need. I was because I heard on the news where a lot of people had found places to stay either with the relatives or neighbors or hotel rooms, and so no telling how long they're going to be displaced. Absolutely. After this. But the great thing is that how the people are coming together. And still, I saw that, of course, you have those people who are going to take advantage of the situation.
That's what I was just going to say. One of the concerns that was brought up last night is the storm chasers, contractors that come out there. They're not from the area, and they're trying to talk people into having things done. So I know the Better Business Bureau has already put information out. It's in the media, so just to pay attention to that. And
keep it local.
Yeah, keep it local. There you go. But just not allow people to come in and try to bamboozle you into doing something that you shouldn't do.
And you can go online or check with the Better Business Bureau.
Absolutely.
Because of that. But anyway, Michelle Newell's our guest. She is the Montgomery County Public Information Officer here on the Big 1400 WVWB. So, what's going on with the downtown commons? The weather is I don't know. Do you believe in Puxatawny, Phil? Do you think we got any winter left?
What is he correct? Like less than 50% of the time?
Well, yeah, anyway. Do you think that we've still got some winter left, or you think it's done?
I don't think about stuff like that. I just roll with it. I mean, what can you do? Because you're only going to be right probably less than 50% of the time, too.
Less than that for me, But, you got to know how to dress, Michelle. You got to know when you put away your winter clothes and when to bring out your spring.
That's what we do. We check our phones, and then we look.
Here we go. Ask Surrey. Surrey, are we going to have 6 more weeks of winter? Talk about the Commons area.
The Commons area should be open. We're hoping it'll be open, weather permitted, the first or second week of April. And, of course, we had, almost 10,000 people enjoying the outdoor ice skating rink.
I know. That was a big hit.
It was a big hit, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. No one got hurt.
Did you go out?
I did.
Did you skate? Have you skated before?
Yeah, but it had been a long time. I'd gone to Nashville and taken my kids there several times. But it probably been about 10 years since I'd been
So you didn't fall, though?
I did not. I came close several times, and the wall was helpful. So, yeah, without that wall, I would have fallen.
Yeah, I need help in doing that anyway. But April, we're looking for it open, and it'll be complete. It
should be complete by April, yes. Yeah. And it will be beautiful, great place to come and enjoy some concerts downtown, and then walk around and do some other things. Because
I know that there are a couple of things planned for that, a number of things planned to take us through the spring season.
Yes.
And in the downtown Commons area. What about the multi-purpose event center?
Well, that right now, that's in a study phase, so I don't have any details on that. I just know that they're working on it, they're studying it, they're making plans for it.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be downtown. Of course, that they're looking at a location downtown for that, too.
As far as I know, yes, that is true.
Michelle Newell's our guest. She is the Montgomery County Public Information Officer. Then, you know, in your job, you get a chance to see things, and of course, you have to disseminate that information to the media, as you said. And I guess that media includes not only local media, but national media and regional media. Where Atlanta, do you find that difficult?
No, I don't find it difficult. The only thing I wish that our national media would come up for more good news stories. That would be, I guess, the biggest hope for me, because we have so many good things happening in Clarksville, Montgomery County. It would just be awesome for them to come up and cover more of that.
Well, you know, sensationalism, and usually sensationalism is bad news.
Yeah.
You know, sex and sensationalism sells.
It unfortunately does.
And that's why people gravitate to it. And so, you know, they come up here when something, you know, bad is going on. Do you consider yourself a spinmeister?
A spinmeister? No. I consider myself someone who...
We know a spinmeister, don't we, John?
You do know a spinmeister?
Yes. Yeah, we know a lady who is a spinmeister. We call her the Elephant Woman.
Okay.
But she's not local.
Okay.
She's in Washington, D.C.
Oh, I think I might know who you're talking about.
And
she's very good at spinning.
Yeah, you go, what did she just say? You know, how did she come up with what? You know, I mean, we were looking up, we had a dictionary, and we looked up pretzel logic. Her picture was there.
Wow.
You know, the quintessential pretzel logic, you know, and she is. But anyway, so you don't consider yourself a spinmeister?
I don't consider myself a spinmeister.
You don't think that, you know, you have to put a particular taint or you know, on something?
No, I mean, I think
it's stories that you disseminate.
No, I think it's always best to tell the truth, because the truth is going to come out, so you might as well tell it from the beginning and be honest about it.
And get started with it. And that way you don't have to backtrack and say, well, what I meant to say...
It's a lot harder to remember lies than it is the truth. If you're telling the truth from the beginning, then you don't have to remember or worry about your memory, because you're telling the truth from the beginning.
And the thing, you know, if you tell the truth, then it'll always be the same. But if you start lying, then you have to tell a lie to cover this lie.
Exactly.
Then you're trying to remember the lie that you told for this
Exactly,
lie.
And then you get caught in that web, and there's no way out.
Yeah, and so give us, you know, is your day atypical, or it changes every day?
I think it changes quite a bit. I mean, it just really depends on what's going on. And, you know, we have our regularly scheduled meetings with the commissioners. We have the informal meetings. We have the formal meetings. We have.
Do you have to be there for all of
I do. Yeah.
Even at night? I mean, the meetings.
Even at night.
I'm talking about. Well, you know, that's a long day.
It is a long day. Yeah.
And you have to be there for that.
I do need to be there for that, and I want to be there for that. I mean, I want to know, how can I communicate what's going on in the county if I'm not there for those meetings?
Now, is your job is not limited just to the media? Do you have to communicate Mayor Durrett and Jeff Truitt, the Chief of Staff, to other entities like the County Commission? Do you have to commission that, you know, send them information?
I think that they communicate with them more directly, but I communicate with them as well. And we have a lot of different things going on, I mean, that are community-based too. Like, we have the Mayor's Emerging Leaders program. We're looking for a new set of students to participate in that for the 2018-19 school year. We go out to Fort Campbell every week. How many students do we take? Last year, we had almost 40. It's amazing. Before, it was called Students on Committees. And then Mayor Durrett changed the name to Mayor's Emerging Leaders. Before, we pretty much took every student, and there was a low application rate. When they changed that name, we had, I think, about 80 applications last year. So we took all of the seniors because we felt like, you know, that would be their last opportunity.
Chance, yeah.
So we changed things up a little bit this year. They're going to be submitting an essay about why they want to participate. So it's a little bit more rigorous this year, and than it has been in previous years, because it's more competitive now. And
you, having worked with the school system, I know you'll jump right in there on that.
Oh yeah, I love working with the
school system. When will the decision be made, or when is the cutoff for the students to get their letters in?
I can't remember. I believe it's in May. All of the guidance counselors have been given that information in the private schools as well in Fort Campbell so that they can all participate.
So, and then the decision will be made and announced in May?
It's either May or June. I'm sorry, I don't have that information.
With the student. Okay, the Mayor's Emerging Leaders Program.
And then this year they were able to provide scholarships for the students. So they had $5,000 worth of scholarships. So they're in the process right now. I just sent a letter out to the students last week that worked on with the budget committee, and the mayor and Jeff Truitt had looked at it. And so those students will submit an essay, and then they'll possibly qualify for a $500 scholarship.
Cool. Yeah. Michelle Newell's our guest. She is the Montgomery County Public Information Officer, Fort Campbell.
Fort Campbell.
Working with Fort Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
And the PIO, the Public Affairs Officer out there. And how does that work for you?
They've been very gracious. They're like, whatever you need, let us know. And I communicate with them as much as I need to. I don't bug them or anything like that, but let them know what we have going on. And then if we have any events going on, we need support. Of course, we work with them on that. And then we started going out. Well, once a month we go out and we present to the FRG leaders. So there's a meeting there the first Wednesday of every month where we presented that and let them know what's going on in Montgomery.
Tell everybody what FRG means.
FRG, the Family Readiness Groups. So I had to really pull back on my memory for that one.
Tell them what the FRG, Family Readiness Group is.
That is, so you have leaders that attend that meeting, and then what they are supposed to do is take the information that's provided to them. It's about an hour long, and different organizations present, and then they are to disseminate that information to their own groups. So their own families within their own units, they then carry that information to them.
There's and you know what Michelle is talking about also, there's Fort Campbell tries to take care of its own. Absolutely. And because of deployment and because of a lot of times the troops are gone, there has to be a support staff in place. And FRG comes in to help out with that.
That's right.
You know.
And then, well, I'll tell you another thing. Every Thursday we've been going, we have a team in the county, and then that goes out to Fort Campbell at the Newcomers Fair. And that's where these soldiers come in. They're as green as can be. Most of them are as young as my children. And they come in and they, it's their first time to Fort Campbell. Some of them are family members, but mostly it's young soldiers. And it gives them an opportunity to meet people from Clarksville and Montgomery County and other organizations in the community. So we share information with them and let them know, hey, this is, we've got all kinds of things going on in Montgomery County and Clarksville, and we get them excited, let them know about Austin P.
Sell it. Sell Clarksville, Montgomery County. That's right. Michelle Newell's our guest. Okay, I'll let you out on this question.
Yes, sir.
What do you like most about your job?
I know this might sound weird, but
it sounds weird.
It
sounds weird, John
I like
Michaels.
that it changes a lot, that there are a lot of different things going on.
Yeah, and you can expect the unexpected.
Exactly.
It sounds like something I've heard before. Expect the unexpected. Have you ever heard that before? Anyway, that and that's a challenge because you get up every morning and it's not going to be the same humdrum. There are going to be a few spikes that come in.
But I guess most of all, though, I love serving a county that is so passionate about their own community. I mean, we have a lot of our mayors like that, our chief of staff is like that, our employees are like that, and so to be able to serve people and do it well that is the most important thing, and I love that aspect of it too. When you're able to help someone who comes to you for help and needs something, to know something about the community, wherever it may be, then you have a sense of satisfaction in being able to help them with that.
Never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment.
In the life of Michelle Newell. You said there might be a few dull moments?
There may be, yeah.
Anyway, thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
Michelle Newell, Montgomery County Public Information Officer, and we appreciate her coming in. This is the Big 1400, WVWB. We need to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Treat your pets to a vacation of their own at the Animal Guest House. Whether you're looking for doggy daycare service or long-term boarding, Animal Guest House will love your most loyal companions as much as you do. They have almost 2 acres of fenced-in roaming space, offer grooming services, and proudly have absolutely zero breed restrictions. Animal Guest House is located in Woodlawn at 1970 Chester Harris Road. Give them a call at 931-920-2719 or check them out online at animalguesthouse.com. Animalguesthouse.com.
When you want name brand furniture for less, Furniture Warehouse. Come on out where the deals are best.
Jack and Wanda here at Furniture Warehouse in Cumberland City, Tennessee. Tax season is here and Furniture Warehouse has just what you were looking for. Take advantage of our tax-free sale and save lots of money. It's the best time of year to treat yourself to that special piece of furniture you've been waiting for. Furniture Warehouse is conveniently located between Clarksville and Waverly and just a short drive from Dixon. Furniture Warehouse offers delivery, layaway, and financing. Check us out online at FurnitureWarehouseSales.com and like us on Facebook.
Furniture Warehouse Sales. Furniture Warehouse.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit MSC Insurance in Clarksville, Tennessee today.
Hi, this is Jamie Shack, partner with MSC Insurance. Visit us online today at mscinsurance.com, serving Clarksville since 1946.
For real estate services, Byers & Harvey can do it all. Real estate sales, rentals, property management, commercial and residential development. Byers & Harvey is Clarksville's oldest independent real estate company and has given continuous service since 1878. Byers & Harvey have 3 locations to serve you: in North Clarksville, in the heart of downtown, and at Sango. For more information and listings, visit them online at byersandharvey.com. byersandharvey.com. Byers & Harvey, Clarksville's real estate company.
Investments, insurance, retirement planning. Do you have questions? Do you want someone to give you straight and honest answers? Are you not sure who to talk to? Call Mike Biggs with AXA Advisors and work with someone local right down the street. Mike Biggs with AXA Advisors has been in the business of relationships here in Clarksville for over 30 years, helping you find the answers to the questions, making sense of the confusion, and coming up with strategies to help you with the many choices and decisions that have to be made when it comes to planning for the future and planning for the here and now. Mike has a 30-year track record of trusted service to his clients and to the community and is a steady hand to turn to in these uncertain times. Give Mike a call today at his office at 931-245-5480 or on his cell at 931-320-1560 and let him help you with retirement today or planning for retirement for the tomorrows. Mike Biggs offers securities to AXA Advisors LLC NYNY 212-314-4600, member FINRA SIPC, and offers insurance and annuity products to AXA Network LLC.
Do you hear that? That's the sound of your house leaking energy. And every month it's costing you more and more money on your utility bill. But with the Energy Right Do-It-Yourself Home Energy Audit from TVA and Cumberland Electric, you can find those silent leaks. And when you do, we'll send you a free conservation kit so you can fix the leaks and save. So visit EnergyRight.com and take your online energy audit today. Or call toll-free 1-800-987-CEMC to request a paper copy.
We've got you covered every step of the way. That's what they do at Clarksville Floor Covering. Carpet, hardwood, tile, laminate, vinyl, and area rugs are what they specialize in. Visit Clarksville Floor Covering and let their on-staff interior designer put it all together to give you the look you want. Locally owned and operated since 1961, Clarksville Floor Covering is conveniently located at 606 North Spring Street, behind Sonic off Riverside Drive. Visit their website at clarksvillefloor-covering.com and be sure to check them out on Facebook.
Moore's
Morse Office Supply is Clarksville's office supply and furniture experts. For office equipment, desks, chairs, and more, depend on Morse Office Supply. Located on Franklin Street across from the Catholic Church, Morse has been your business partner for office supplies in the Clarksville-Fort Campbell area for years. Call Morse at 645-7200. That's 645-7200. And we'll deliver it for free. Morse Office Supplies, Clarksville's office supply headquarters.
The big 1400, the Bee Gees, Clarksville's Good Time Oldies back to back.
Sorry, it just happens. Whenever you play one of their songs,
The Bee
I start
Gees?
to talk, and then I'm going,
John, be nice. Don't forget, we got men's basketball on the radio this evening.
We do?
Yeah. UT men will be at Mississippi State. Airtime 5:30. Tip-off 6 o'clock right here on the big 1400 WVWB. Right now we're at 47 degrees, expecting a high today of 68. So there are about 18 million single people in America. 18 million single people in America who are 65 years or older.
Oh.
And many of them are out there trying to get lucky.
Get lucky.
So, because of that, we want to dedicate today's top senior citizen pickup lines. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're gonna get to be 65 one day, John.
I'm close.
And you're single. So you need to write down some of these top pickup lines, all right? Here we go.
All right, go right ahead.
What's a lady like you doing in a hospice like this?
Oh, baby.
What do you say we test out those artificial knees?
Down on my knees, begging you.
Are you an NCIS marathon? Because I could watch you all day. That's good. That's good.
She's back.
Honey, I love your fishnet stockings. Oh, what? Oh, sorry. Those are just your varicose veins.
Oh, God. That's cold.
Yes. Woo. Top senior citizen pickup lines.
Baby.
I could get lost in your eyes. But then again, I could get lost anywhere.
Oh.
Darling, you can put your teeth on my nightstand anytime.
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah. You smell great. What are you wearing, Ben Gay? Top senior citizen pickup lines.
Watch it. I do wear that sometimes.
Yeah. How about you and I go out for a pre-chewed dinner and movie? Unlike your kids, I can't ignore you until you die. The top senior citizen pickup line, that oxygen mask looks incredibly sexy, and it'll look even sexier on my bedroom floor.
You have given me a lot to look forward to, sir.
I have given you a lot to look forward to. There you go, elephant woman. There you go. Yeah, it's time.
She's voicing her displeasure with your...
the time is coming.
She said that is not bigly.
That is not bigly.
No.
That's okay. She'll get over it. The big 1400 WVWB Dave Clark. 5 bits and pieces. Clarksville area weather, mostly sunny today. 68 for a high. We have some clouds moving into our area later on this evening and tonight with a chance of rain starting tonight. Overnight low 54 tomorrow. Rain all day. Periods of rain on and off all day. 65 for an expected high. Then Thursday, we start off with maybe a morning shower. Then otherwise, we'll have plenty of sunshine on Thursday, 61 for an expected high. Friday, sunny and 53. Currently, we're at 49 degrees in downtown Clarksville with Chuck and John. Time now for some good news.
I'm taking off Friday.
Why?
Because it's going to be sunshine.
Oh.
You want to take off?
No.
You don't?
No. I'm not taking off. You know, but you can go ahead and take off, John. Go
Well, I figured if you take off, then I can take
get you
off.
one of them fish sandwiches.
Well, if you take off, see, then it's okay for me to take off. So you have to take off first.
Oh. You're trying to get me fired, too.
Well,
like,
you know.
Yeah, right.
You might as well go down with me. If we're going down like a Titanic, we might as well do it.
I can swim.
I can't.
See? So here we go. And John and I thought this was a very, touching good news. You might have seen it on TV.
Do I need my Kleenex again?
No.
Okay.
I mean, this is better than any Olympic story that we've seen this year.
I'll take it.
Marjorie Stoneman Douglas is a high school in Parkland, Florida, where the terrible shooting happened this month.
Yep.
Obviously, they're still grieving for the 17 people that they lost. But now they've also got something to celebrate because their hockey team played in a big tournament this weekend, and they ended up winning the state championship. Keep in mind, they won the state championship. They had a rough start to the tournament, losing their first 3 games in a row, so they went into the semifinals as the last seed. But they pulled off an upset to win their next game 3-1, made it to the finals, and then they came out strong, scored 4 goals in the first period, and won the final game 7-4 to take the title. They've never won a state title in hockey. Senior Matthew Horowitz scored 2 of those goals and had 3 assists. He told a local news station that they had a lot of energy going in and they wanted to win it for everyone back home. Now, the interesting thing about this is that, do you know how many players they have on the hockey team?
No, how many?
17.
Oh. Ooh.
And they went out to do a memorial for the 17 students, and they left 17 medals on the 17 memorials, which I think, for their classmates and teachers that they lost. And then now they qualify for the Nationals, and they get a chance to go to Minnesota to play for the Nationals.
That's good.
Yeah, I think that's a
good story.
That is a good news story.
That is.
Heartwarming when we think about those.
Makes you feel good about the youth that is coming up behind us.
Some of them. The big 1400. Yeah, you're right.
Well, you had to look at it that way.
Yeah,
I was trying to give it all-encompassing welcome.
Yeah. Thanks to Michelle Newell from the mayor's office for coming to visit with us today. John and I thank you for listening here this morning on this Tuesday. We'll get together again tomorrow. Till then, be well, my friend. Bye-bye.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me.